Right. So for the Rcode, you can find it under week 15. You'll see the Rcode for chapter 17 and 18 and weight 1 and weight 2.csv as a data file. So once you download those 3 files, you should open the R file in RStudio. And this is the file. And last time when we went through it, we had some trouble going through this line. When you try to install it, it gives you a prompt. 1 or more of the packages to be updated are currently loaded. That was a hint for our error. What happened was the stats package is installed already when you install RStudio. And when you try to install it, it's just saying that it's already loaded. And do you want to install it again? So if you get this message, that means you do have stats package installed. So if you just get this message, just cancel it out and you can run it from the second line, right? You run it from the second line, library stats. There's nothing complaining here. So library just calls the stat package for use, right? So you need to do that line first. And then you can load the data set. Make sure that you supply the correct file path to it. Once you load the data set, you can use t.test. This is the function from stats package. You can use this function to first you supply your data set as first argument, and then make sure that you state your null hypothesis, your null belief. And then you make sure that you supply also confidence level for what you want to create. I think the default is set to 95%. So if you don't do anything, it'll give you 95%. And make sure that you have the correct alternative hypothesis, whether it is two-sided or one-sided. And there are 2 options for one side. It can be either greater or less than, right? And two-sided, you can just type in 2.sided. Right, this will give you 1 sample t-test. In chapter 18, we learned how to do. In chapter 18, we learned how to do 2 sample t-tests. So let's load another data set called weight 2. Let's see if these 2 data sets coming from 2 different populations have the same mean. You again use t.test function, but this time you give the function 2 data sets as its first argument, and then R will automatically realize that you want to do a 2 sample t-test if you give it 2 data sets, and the rest should be same, except for that now you want to specify the variance equal parameter to be false, meaning you are not assuming the 2 populations have the same variance. You are assuming that 2 populations have the different variances, which is safer assumption to have. So you'll just have var dot equal as false. All right, so if you run that, you'll get a result for a 2-sided test and a confidence interval and your corresponding t statistic and its correct estimated degrees of freedom and a p-value, right? So this is all you will need for homework 6, and QQ norm, QQ line, that has been covered before. So you should have everything that you need, right? Let me start recording.